I don't quite understand how Liz Truss is really given the time of day, given the damage that she did to our country. And now she's planning to launch her own popular conservatism. And Farage, Jacob Rees-Mogg, Lee Anderson are all attending. Well, presumably it's simply some sort of get-together for people who are contributing to Talk TV or to GB News, maybe. Arch Brexiteers, very interested in this. And it's it just worries me that this is perpetuating the idea that somebody like Liz Truss has actually got anything to offer except for hand gestures. And her hand gestures don't amount to anything. For all the adulation of Kwasi Kwarteng's prodigious package, all Liz Truss has to offer is a lot of jerky gestures and a lot of disappointed people who are now seriously looking at the health of their mortgages or leaving the government because Liz Truss has caused catastrophe. I don't understand why anybody would be remotely interested in what she's got to say now. But let's continue to pay attention because this may simply be an opportunity for this may simply be a back door through which Mr. Farage comes pushing his way to return to frontline politics. I think Farage should be back in the business of frontline politics. I think Farage should be answering questions and giving advice about how to make Brexit work because and frankly, I think Farage should have been there from the very beginning. If we have to do Brexit, we should have had advice from the one person who's dedicated his life to Brexit, to the Brexit cause, and that is Farage. Whether you like him, whether you don't like him, whether you like Brexit, whether you don't like Brexit, Brexit should have been done by people who knew what they were talking about and people who had looked beyond that referendum moment. And I'm not sure whether Farage ever had, but he should have done. Certainly Mrs. May never had. Certainly Boris never had. And Liz Truss, I don't think, really could get much beyond the hand jobs that she practices on a regular basis to try and make herself look more fluid and less like a Thunderbird puppet. No. And while we're on the subject of hand gestures, somebody has pointed out about Tucker Carlson, whatever his name is, why he is in Moscow. He's in Moscow apparently to interview Mr. Putin. Well, I mean, that'll be a very cool reception, won't it? Because Mr. Putin is in a fridge and nestled up against the frozen peas. Are those your frozen peas? No, they are my piles. I don't really quite know what an inanimate deadbeat ex-president of Russia has actually got to say, except that in Iceland you can have a very good second price. It's very cheap in Iceland. Yeah, well, and everybody presumably continues with the same bargains.